Morning everyone. Today we are going to start your chapter 5th, an unwelcomed guest. Conversation given in your chapter. Sammy, why are you roaming about? I was trying to sleepwalk. Okay, let's get to the bed now. Sammy, are you sleepwalking while awake? How is it? How is it fun? Yay, it's fun. Let's read how. Now your chapter starts. Take out your books and let's continue with your chapter. Devanshu was at his friend's Ankur's house. They had a project to complete and had borrowed a laptop from Ankur's dad to do some research on the internet. At last, the project was complete. Phew. Thank goodness we have finished, said Devanshu, looking at the clock. I better leave for home now. He put his books in his school bag. Ankur looked out the window. Daylight was fading. You would better hurry because it gets dark, he said. I know you are scared of the dark. Who said? I am afraid of the dark, Devanshu said, looking annoyed. I am not. It's just that I don't want Mom to worry about me, he added, defensively. Is it? Ankur asked, a smirk sliding across his face. Yes, Devanshu confirmed with a shrug of his shoulders and left. Devanshu was Ankur's friend and he had came to his house for some project. Just because Ankur's dad is having a laptop, so they both decided to go to Ankur's house and complete the project. And Devanshu wanted to leave early for home before darkness, just because he don't want his mom to worry about him. When he reached home, he saw a boy about 18 years old standing next to his father. The boy's clothes were shabby and his hairs almost reached his eyes. Who is he? Devanshu whispered to Pooja, his younger sister. He's Shambhu, Ramu Kaka's nephew. Ramu Kaka has to visit his elderly mother. So Shambhu will stay here and work in Ramu Kaka's place, replied Pooja. Hi, Devanshu said. As he walked past Shambhu on the way of his room, he had already eaten dinner at Kankur's wife. So he went to bed early. His room was upstairs while his parents and Pooja's rooms were downstairs. It was around midnight that Devanshu heard somebody's footstep. Startled, he sat up in bed. Who can that be? He thought. It seemed as if the footsteps were approaching his room. They became stronger and then all of a sudden stopped. Devanshu was scared. Who's there? He asked, but no replied. Gathering some courage, he opened his bedroom door to peep outside. There was nobody there. He was intently watching here and there who was at the door, but no one was there. He went back inside, covered his face with his blanket and started chanting God's name. After a while he slept. The next morning, Devanshu sat next to Pooja at breakfast. Pooja, did you hear anything last night? He asked, because he wanted to know that whether he had heard the voice or Pooja was also hearing the same noise. Pooja looked at him puzzled. Hearing noise? Hear something? What? She asked. Somebody's doorsteps, Devanshu replied, in the middle of the night. No, I didn't hear anything, Pooja replied. Devanshu was confused. They left for school, but all day Devanshu could think of nothing else except the strange footsteps. He confided in Ankur. Ankur, he said, I heard somebody's footsteps close to my room last night. But when I went outside, there was no one there. He said, "Who do you think it could have been?" Ankur asked. "I don't know," Devanshu replied, taking a sip from his glass. "Should we search on the internet?" "Good idea," Ankur said. Taking up his school bag, "I will go home and search and then call you later. You should search on the internet too," he added. Later that evening, Ankur called Devanshu. "I think it would be a ghost," he said, getting straight to the point. "Many people on the internet have shared experiences identical to yours." Means Ankur wanted to say that some ghost has come to the Devanshu's house. Devanshu was scared. He was slightly scared because he was already scared of darkness. "Yes, I read similar stories. What do you think I should do?" "Keep a picture of God with you when you sleep," Ankur advised. "Ghosts are scared of God." That night, Devanshu took God's picture, placed it under his pillow, and went to sleep. Once again, just about midnight, he heard footsteps. He was petrified. He took out God's picture from under his pillow, held it tight in his hand, and went outside to see who was there. He took a step or two out of his room and stood there frozen for a moment. Before turning on his heel suddenly and rushing back inside. Beads of perspiration covered his forehead, and he wiped them with the back of his hand. He placed God's picture back under his pillow, covered his face with a blanket, and tried to sleep. He was terrified, completely terrified, with the appearance of unknown thing he was hearing. The following morning he looked exhausted. A myriad of thoughts were going through his head. Whose shadow did I see last night? Was it a real man or a ghost? It can't have been a man. I checked on the internet. Everybody says that such things happen because of ghosts. Whom should I talk to about it? Should I tell Dad? He'll probably think I was making up stories. Devanshu was lost in thoughts when someone patted his back, already jittery and nervous. Devanshu leapt from his chair. "No, no, not me," he shouted. Devanshu was completely terrified, and when someone patted on his back, he was completely out of his mind. "What? What are you saying? It's me, Pooja," his little sister replied, pulling out a chair to sit down. "You are very jumpy," she observed, as she put milk in her cereal. When Devanshu didn't reply, she shook her head and started to eat her breakfast. A little embarrassed, Devanshu drank his milk and pretended to concentrate on the newspaper. Scared and confused, Devanshu went to school. As soon as he met Ankur, a discussion of the topic that had dominated their conversation for the past few days began. "I saw somebody's shadow slowly walking downstairs. What should I do? Everyone thinks I'm scared of ghosts, but I'm scared about my family's safety. I need to save them," Devanshu said. "I searched on the net for some ways to get rid of ghosts," Ankur replied. "We need 100 of candles, an Ouija board, a deck of cards, and..." Ankur had not even completed his sentence when Devanshu interrupted him. "I don't think the internet can help us with this. I am going to handle this ghost myself," he said, a steely look in his eyes. Once again, that night, just at midnight, Devanshu was awoke by footsteps. Determined to fight back, he took his bat, slowly opened his bedroom door, and went outside. He saw the shadow of a man was approaching him. At first he was scared. His heart was hammering in his chest, but adamant that he needed to save his family from the ghost, he stood there. As a figure came closer, he saw that it was Shambhu. His eyes were wide open and his hands outstretched. "Shambhu, is he a ghost?" Devanshu thought, staring in bewilderment in the approaching figure. "Shambhu, what are you doing here?" Devanshu asked. But Shambhu did not utter a word. This time Devanshu shouted loudly, "Shambhu, Shambhu!" Again, Shambhu did not say a word, continued moving closer to Devanshu. Devanshu stepped backwards. Just then, Devanshu's mom, dad, Pooja came running upstairs as they heard the commotion. All the family members woke up and they came to Devanshu when he was shouting the name of Shambhu, Shambhu, and Shambhu. What's wrong, Devanshu? Why are you shouting? Dad asked. Why I am shouting? Can't you see what Shambhu is doing? Walking around the house in the night, Devanshu asked in astonishment. But walks in his sleep. Didn't Pooja tell you? Dad asked. He just roams around a little and then goes back to sleep. I have taken him to a doctor. He'll be all right soon, he added. That means father and Pooja, family members, knew about Shambhu's illness. Shambhu was in the state of sleepwalking. Devanshu looked at Pooja, who had slid behind Dad, and would not make eye contact with him. She had known all along that Shambhu was a sleepwalker and hadn't told him. Pooja knew each and everything about the Shambhu's condition, but still Pooja did not inform Devanshu about it. So, did you fight with a ghost? Ankur asked the next day. When Ankur and Devanshu met together in the school, Ankur asked Devanshu that whether he has fought with a ghost. Can you believe it? It was Shambhu all along. He sleepwalks. Devanshu replied. Before Ankur could reply, Devanshu said, I think we need to search on the internet to find out if there is any way to control an exceptionally naughty little sister. Devanshu was confused that her little sister did not inform her about the Shambhu's illness. Thank you, class. Now this is all about your chapter. Question answers will be given to you later on. Thank you.